The dawn chorus, a symphony of birdsong, is a testament to the vibrancy of our planet. But this natural orchestra is losing its players. Across the globe, bird populations are plummeting, their songs fading into silence. This decline is a stark warning, a sign of an ecosystem in distress. From the rainforests of the Amazon to the grasslands of Africa, birds face a multitude of threats. Habitat loss, pollution, and invasive species all take their toll. However, one danger looms larger than most climate change. This essay explores the profound impact of climate change on bird species. Focusing on the critical situation in North America, we will delve into the plight of birds in Connecticut and Oregon, highlighting the local consequences of this global issue. Furthermore, we will examine international conservation efforts, drawing inspiration from initiatives in Vietnam. Ultimately, this essay underscores the urgency of action, emphasizing the role we can all play in safeguarding these feathered wonders for generations to come. The time to act is now, before the music of nature is silenced forever. Climate change is the most significant threat facing North American birds today. Rising temperatures, shifting weather patterns, and an increase in extreme events are disrupting the delicate balance of nature on which these creatures depend. According to the Menunketuk Audubon Society, a staggering 2/3 of North American bird species are at risk of extinction due to climate change. That's 389 out of 604 species facing an uncertain future. The 2019 Survival by Degrees report by Audubon paints a stark picture. Using sophisticated climate models, this study predicts the dire consequences of inaction. Rising sea levels threaten coastal habitats, while increased droughts and wildfires ravage forests and grasslands. These changes disrupt breeding cycles, reduce food availability, and displace birds from their natural ranges. The report emphasizes that immediate action is crucial. By limiting global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius, we can significantly improve the survival chances of 76% of at-risk species. The choice is clear: act now or face the consequences of a world without birdsong. In the heart of New England, Connecticut's diverse habitats support a rich variety of bird life. However, climate change is casting a long shadow over this avian paradise. The Delaware Otsego Audubon Society's Survival by Degrees report reveals the vulnerability of Connecticut's birds. Under a 3 degrees Celsius warming scenario, a staggering 71 out of 160 bird species are considered climate vulnerable during the summer months. Among the species at risk are the wood duck, a colorful inhabitant of wetlands, and the American woodcock, known for its elaborate courtship displays. The northern goshawk, a powerful raptor that relies on mature forests, is also facing a precarious future. These birds are not alone. Many other Connecticut residents, from the saltmarsh sparrow to the scarlet tanager, are feeling the heat of climate change. However, there is a glimmer of hope. The study shows that by limiting warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius, the number of vulnerable species drops to 37. This underscores the importance of immediate and decisive action to protect Connecticut's feathered inhabitants. Section 4. Oregon's avian treasures under threat. Oregon, a state renowned for its natural beauty and diverse ecosystems, is home to a remarkable array of bird species. From the rugged coastline to the towering Cascade Mountains, Oregon provides habitat for over 500 bird species. However, this avian haven is under threat from climate change. Rising temperatures, altered precipitation patterns, and increased wildfire risk are disrupting Oregon's delicate ecosystems. According to research, up to 136 bird species in Oregon could be affected by climate change by the end of the century. Among the most vulnerable are the Raphus hummingbird, a tiny but mighty migrant that relies on wildflowers for nectar. The varied thrush, known for its haunting song that echoes through old-growth forests, is also at risk. The mountain bluebird, a symbol of the high country, is also facing an uncertain future as its alpine meadows shrink. The impact of climate change on Oregon's birds is not limited to rare or specialized species. Common birds such as the dark-eyed junco and the song sparrow are also experiencing declines. This highlights the pervasive nature of the threat and the urgent need for conservation action to protect Oregon's avian heritage. Section 5. A global orchestra out of tune. The plight of birds is not confined to North America. Across the globe, from the rainforests of the Amazon to the grasslands of Africa, bird populations are facing unprecedented challenges. BirdLife International's State of the World's Birds 2022 report paints a sobering picture. Nearly half of all bird species are in decline, with 1 in 8 threatened with extinction. Agricultural expansion driven by the demand for food and resources is a leading cause of habitat loss. Deforestation, often illegal and driven by the need for timber and land for agriculture, is devastating forests and the species that rely on them. Invasive species, introduced either accidentally or deliberately, are outcompeting native birds for resources and spreading diseases. And then there's climate change, acting as a threat multiplier, exacerbating all these existing pressures. In the Bahamas, 8 globally threatened bird species are clinging to existence. The Bahama warbler, once a common sight, was recently elevated to endangered status and is feared extinct on Grand Bahama Island following the devastation of Hurricane Dorian. This tragedy serves as a stark reminder of the interconnectedness of environmental issues and the vulnerability of island species to climate change. Section 6. Joining hands to protect our feathered friends. Despite the challenges, there is hope. Around the world, governments, organizations and individuals are working tirelessly to protect birds and their habitats. International cooperation is crucial, as birds know no political boundaries. The Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora, or CITES for instance, regulates the trade of threatened species, including many birds, to prevent further declines. Vietnam's Prime Minister's Directive 04/CTTTG demonstrates a strong commitment to bird conservation. This directive calls for the completion and issuance of regulations on bird conservation, international collaboration, and the establishment of a monitoring system for important migratory bird flyways. It also mandates increased patrols, monitoring, and stricter handling of violations related to hunting, poaching, trading, and consuming wild birds. Public awareness campaigns and the control of advertising for hunting and trapping tools are also part of the directive. These are but a few examples of the many initiatives underway. From restoring degraded habitats to tackling illegal wildlife trade, conservationists are fighting back against the tide of extinction. These efforts are making a difference, but much more needs to be done. Securing a future for birds. The future of birds depends on our choices today. We must act